So I'm watching this memory documentary. Well, not memory documentary, but YouTube video from Nelson Dellis, 6-time U.S. memory champion. And he talks about how he came in first. Right now I haven't finished it, but he came in first 4 times. He lost in the first round. Now he's talking about how he lost. He got second place twice, and he's talking about the second time how he got second place. I just want to say this. See, some stuff's got y'all food. Food. Coming in second place is not a problem. Okay, you got to the mountaintop. Now, some people out there would rather lose in the first round than get there and lose in the end. But if you get to the end 10 times and you know where I'm going. I talk way too much smack. It's because when I think about Patrick Mahomes, yeah, it's very easy for me to say he can never beat Tom because Tom has so many. But if he's constantly winning AFC divisional rounds, I gotta say something. I got to say something. And I think at some point, now this is different when it's an individual sport, because sometimes you just lose. You don't lose to the person, you lose to yourself. And that's why individual sports is a little bit different. And it's really hard to say who's the big dog. It doesn't really matter. I just think that sometimes in my own head, you know, I don't know. It's like sometimes if I can't, to me, it's like if I can't get, I'm the opposite. If I can't even get to the championship, I don't even want to try. I'm that kind of loser sometimes. It's just truth, baby. Sometimes it's just like, you know what, man? Look, take it for example. I want to be this, but then you see a 3-year-old solve this in 47 seconds. It's like a 3-year-old. If I can't, no, I'm not about to spend every waking day in my life doing this. But it makes it so hard because competition is such a beautiful thing. Competition is so beautiful, but yet we get, but not we. I don't want to project. Sorry, I'm gonna get better about projecting. But I get to this place where it's like, if I can't be the best, I don't even want to try. You think I'm fat because I like it? No, I'm fat because I don't even want to try because it's so hard. To me, it's like if I lose the weight, if I'm not like famous, woo, content creation mind. If I'm not famous for losing weight, then I don't even want to do it. If I can't be like a bodybuilder, now I'm not talking about necessarily winning that, but if I can't win at least one competition, I don't even want to lose weight. I'd rather just be fat. See, I'm the guy who never gets started. If I don't know how to make the eggs, I'm not scrambling the eggs. I'm not even putting them on the stove. When I was a young man, I used to love this thing called Rotel dip. I'm sure you all had it, or at least most of you probably. Maybe not most of you. If you're a sports fan, you probably had it. Maybe specifically a football fan. Maybe you've had it. Maybe the percentage is lower than I think. But there's a thing called Rotel dip. So at the store, they call this thing called it's called a poison block or a cheese block. Okay, just like a government cheese. Okay, you put it in a barrel. You put it in a crock pot. Melt it down. Throw this thing they call Rotel diced tomatoes. That's why it's called Rotel dip. You throw that in there. Or you can also add some meat. Some people like to add meat, peppers, mushrooms, everything. And some people just like cheese, tomatoes. Done. Hear me out. I used to not. I used to pay people to make that Rotel dip for me. I would go buy the blocks, pay somebody to make it at their house in a crock pot. Or because I was just so scared to make it, I thought I was gonna screw it up. I just never wanted to try. Until somebody said, "Trey, God dang dog, it ain't that hard." Put a pot on the stove, put it on 4 or 3, throw the block in there, wait for it to melt, add water as it keeps going, so you'll loosen it up and it doesn't burn, and you're done. The first time I ever made it, I was working at this little jank called Jason's Deli. I finally did it. I got so many fucking stories I want to tell. Excuse my language. There's so many stories I want to tell, but I can't tell some stories yet because my mindset hasn't changed yet. You know what I mean? I still do dumb stuff all the time. So I can't tell a story because I haven't got out of that mindset. I'm willing to admit that I've got some flaws, obviously. But continuing on, I just like that some guys they get to second place and they're like, I'm ass, I'm horrible. Why did I even show up? It's not including the probably depending on what the sport is, there could have been millions of people who were trying to get to second place, but they were never good enough to even get past the first round. They were never good enough to play in college. They were never good enough to get to this place where they can even be mad about that. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to the Olympics, we do that fine. If you get second place at the Olympics, nobody cares really. You know, they remember the gold medal winner, but it depends on what your country is. If your country has never won a medal at all and they get the medal, guess what? You're a hero in your country now. And if you get a medal, let's say you get a medal and your team normally does get gold. Let's say this year you got silver. You a king in your city. At least over here in America. You go back to your city with the Olympic gold medal or any kind of medal, dog, you're royalty. You're big dog. Now they don't always get paid the best. That's the thing that sucks about the Olympians. But in today's age, you're gonna have to market, but still, you could be the man in your city. How many guys do you know that love Allen Iverson? Never won a championship. Man in his city. Man, if he goes back to Philadelphia. Happens all the time in other sports too. You don't have to win to be the dog. I'm just saying, I commend a man who's upset about getting second place, but I just wish I could do that. I just wish I could just lose. I cannot stand losing. So I never even get in a competition, and it's a bad habit I make. That's why I never try anything. I fall apart on everything because I get so sick of losing. Ah, anyway, base. That's just random thoughts.